Hello and welcome to this Formlabs webinar. This is a shortened version of the original broadcast. If you'd like to view the content in full, please click on the link below.
We're really excited to be presenting with you, more than anything to you, Kunte and TraBTech and the work that they've been doing, which is really interesting and very unique. And we're excited to have them share their thoughts. So for the agenda, we'll be presenting a little bit on Formlabs, healthcare particularly, and what we've done and built so far in terms of offering an ecosystem really for healthcare innovators wanting to provide end use parts, which has been an evolution over time, and Kunte will enlighten us more about that. Then we will have TraBTech take it away.
And today, I'm going to present to you what is changing and how the technology evolved and how we are using new materials to find new applications with the Formlabs and the new materials. So the first Formlabs equipment that we have was Form 2. It was the first version of the Form 2. It was in, I think, 2015. But before that, I mean, in 2010, this was how the medical 3D printing looks like. I don't know if you ever had a chance or lucky enough not to use the C Corp machines, but this was the early stage of the technology. So we were using some kind of a gypsum powder and a binder, and the machine was so messy that, I mean, each time you print something, you have to deal with a lot of excess powder, binders, and some glues, and dust and powder everywhere, and the machine was never working properly. I mean, half of our time was, we were spending a lot of time on fixing the machine, and we had to take some trainings, and we had to understand how they operate the machines, and that wasn't enough. Even for the daily operation, you need to have enough knowledge about how to fix the machine. And I don't know if anyone experienced this material, but this was a very brittle material. If you crack it, if you shake it, it can easily break. And after you get it from the equipment, then you gently take it and then you dip it, or some way use some solutions to make it even harder, so that it can come to the final position, let me say. However, it was still very painful to handle these models, because even if you give it to the surgeons or the hospitals, it's always spreads powder around because you never fix it correctly. And in addition to that, the other things that we were facing, people were not really believing the benefits of this model, or they were thinking it was so expensive, because even like a small equipment that was hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay, and the consumables were very expensive, and when you make a model, it was costing a lot of money, and you were always struggling between the value and the price, and this was also another limitation for technology to become more mainstream. And when we look at this time to the market, we were definitely lack of materials. I mean, there was only one type of material. You can only use it like a prototype, and you don't have a flexible material, biocompatible material. Even nobody was aware that we need to have a biocompatible material in the operation, even if it's not implanted. And the other challenge was, in order to use the equipments, you need to have a room, you need to have some technicians or engineers, and you cannot change the material. There's one type of material, and software, they were also very expensive. And the other problem is, because they're very expensive, very limited people were aware of the technology or how they can benefit it. But Formlabs changed a lot of things. I think the biggest change, I mean, we used to have also some resin-based technologies, but they were mostly industrial equipments. And, when you try to buy such a machine, they were so expensive. You have a lot of resins you need to put inside the machine, and then they have an expire date. And in the end, it's that since the machines are mostly very manual, we end up with very massive process at all, and that was making things very much unaccessible. I mean, it wasn't so easy to access those technologies. But Formlabs changed a couple of things. The first thing that I believe is that they made these equipments very accessible. I mean, you don't need to pay 100,000 euro or dollars to get a machine. That was the first thing. And the second thing, I think, which was very important, is that you don't need to be an expert to use the Formlabs printers, because the workflows were very easy, everything was so easy to use, and software was working very smoothly. And I believe that one of the great things is Formlabs is not a machine manufacturer. The software behind, which I think streamlines everything, is a great tool for anyone who would like to test something, print some parts or models in their offices. And this is really great to see. And the third one is, when you look at the development of the materials, I mean, every year we see 4 or 5 new materials. You can use these materials in the same equipment without paying anything. And with the same software, only thing that you need to do is the updating the firmware and the software, and then you're ready to go. And this gave us a huge opportunity to switch between the materials, grow over the years. For instance, if I need the second one and third one and fourth one, and even I can have this equipment inside a hospital, and I can do all the modeling and everything here, and I can manage the hardware remotely and send files directly to the hospital, and then print inside the hospital, which are really, really great stuff. And this is not changing only the material we use, but it also changed the way we work. So we started to think about, okay, we can replace this material and this material, but then we have some other ways to do the same stuff. Or we can use new materials on the new applications. And every day, actually, as an engineers or biomedical engineers or some experts on the healthcare, we are seeking for some new applications that new technologies like software, hardware, or material can fit. And this is, I believe, very exciting, because this could be a surgical tool, this could be a training model, this could be a helpful tool for the operation people. And every day we keep using these equipments more and more often. So, and as I said, even the people inside the operation room or hospitals start to believe that they can even handle this equipment, because they were in the beginning thinking that, okay, this is the engineering stuff, and the only engineers can handle these equipments. But now we have a lot of Formlabs being used inside the dental clinics, hospitals, universities, dental labs, and anywhere in the healthcare industry. And as I said, the automation and the full streamlined workflow helping people a lot to not to worry about the process, certification, or some mechanical properties and everything. And with the help of Formlabs, we are seeing what are the common applications in the world, what the others are doing, as we try to explain it today. And then we come to a point that, okay, these are the low-hanging fruits. We can do this and that. And tomorrow, maybe we will find a new application, which is very unique. And it is very possible, because the world it's a brand new world. So, it's every day we see a new group that are using new materials in a new application. And I will try to explain you a little bit how we are using this new materials. This is very important, because some of the application here, as I explained to you, we were using titanium, 3D printed titanium, instead of this polymer materials, because it was the only material that we know we can get through the biocompatibility. It's a very accepted material, and nobody has questioning whether it's okay to use in surgery or not. And over the years, and it was very expensive, as I told you, and if finding a metal or titanium 3D printer is not an easy job. So it was always a bottleneck for anyone in the industry. But today, with a couple $1,000 investment, you can have the equipment, and then you can have all the material sets. And whatever you can do is just switching between the materials and printed and software and hardware is right now handling everything by itself. And this fibula flap is actually the fibula reconstruction is quite common in the literature. And what we do is we are using some bones in our legs to reconstruct the jaw, for instance. But in order to have a very good fit, you need to plan the surgery in advance. You need to understand where to cut. And this, when you shorten the time of the operation, the success rate of the operations are increasing. That's why these 3D printed surgical guides are helping surgeons a lot in the planning of the surgery before the operation, and also during the operation, making things the right way without any mistake. And that's why, for us, these materials are widely used in this application, and everybody very happy because it's a single use. It's not a big cost, and after the surgery you can throw away, and surgeon is happy, patient is happy, and as engineers we are happy because everything is very clear. So as a summary, I think I can summarize the idea that we are just in the beginning of a big journey. So what we have today, we have a very dynamic material portfolio, and we can switch between materials without any hassle. And the accuracy and the precision of the SLA technology is great, and we need this on the medical applications. So we cannot use the metal application, metal manufacturing anywhere, or an FDM or some others. So definitely the accuracy together with the precision is very important. And as engineers or professionals, we want to see this like a photocopy machine, right? So I don't want to deal with the technology itself. So that's why the seamless approach and support of the Formlabs with like quality management system, application support, technical support, guidance, and everything. This is really helping us a lot. And what I also like about Formlabs is that they have a dedicated application and technical support team. So whenever you need something, you always find someone who knows what you're talking about and you're speaking the same language. And that's also very important for the future. And therefore, Formlabs is not a printer for us. It's also like an employee, not the employee, but a team member for us. And I believe that when people have this kind of technologies, they witness that in a couple of weeks, their fears or if they're suspicious about if they will make it or not, just they disappear, and then it becomes a streamline on their process.
Yeah, awesome presentation, Kunte. Yeah, I think thanks so much for sharing your journey, your story.
Thank you for tuning in to this webinar preview from Formlabs. To view the content in full, please click on the link below. Alternatively, if you'd like to get more information on our products and services, then please visit our website.